É um prazer ter a oportunidade de participar deste evento IDC, ainda virtualmente, devido às circunstâncias, de comunicar a você o ponto de vista de Microfocus sobre a Smart Digital Transformation. Farei a minha apresentação em inglês, porque você não sofre muito com o meu português. Well, I will try to cover in the next 15 minutes, as I said, the Smart Digital Transformation point of view from Microfocus. If you see the first slide, really I can show you in it that the IT environment is not being very easy nowadays. And somehow all the organizations are trying to transform to become a digital organizations. What does it mean? It means, well, twofold, right? From one point of view, or one sense, they need to optimize their infrastructure. They need to look for efficiencies. They need to find how to do the same things on a, let's say, most effective manner from the cost point of view. But at the same time, there is a lot of demand from the business to really address new markets. As you know, the customer experience has got so much importance nowadays. There is a huge pressure on every business to fulfill those needs from the customers, to really offer more value, to deliver new ways to the customers to connect to their business. So this is putting a huge amount of pressure on the IT organizations that need to evolve to be able to satisfy those needs from the business. So, and here we came to the point where we have to run our business, the traditional one, everything that we have been doing for years, and at the same time we need to transform it, right? So we need to repair the plane while we are flying, right? So it's complicated. We cannot stop to repair it. We need to change it as we go. So it's all about how do we innovate with lower risk, right? So if we look at the next slide, you will see that for most of the enterprises, all the significant companies, they have a very complex environment where an environment where they have been adding components, hardware, software, communications, that have been solving problems for a long period of time, but currently is a heterogeneous environment, which makes quite difficult to address all the needs that there are today. So the complexity, by definition, especially those companies that have been with an IT infrastructure for 30 years, for 40 years, I mean, they have already a complex environment, so there's a complexity associated to it. Second, agility. It's a willingness to get agility, but that environment doesn't help really, by definition, to get that agility, because some of those different scenarios, I mean, are not necessarily completely connected, and making changes in one could have difficulties to bring those changes to the other one. So from the point of view of effectiveness on how to manage that complex environment, it's also a challenge, right? And altogether, it makes big pressure on budgets, because, yeah, we know for many years the IT budget has been growing, but in the last years, that hasn't been the case. So since the crisis that we were suffering some years ago, I mean, the IT budgets are more or less flat, more growth, or in some cases even with reduction. So the business expecting more from IT with same budget or even less. Let's move to the next slide, and let's talk about how we think that, what is the challenge. So basically, we have the internal reality. We need to run the existing business. At the same time, we need to solve the needs, the emerging needs that come from the business. Right? There are two ways to do it. So some companies are recommending, okay, what about rip and replace? Let's take out those systems, take out those applications, and build something new, or buy this and forget what you had. We have a different point of view. So that's in blue, that one, the bridge, the existing and emerging, because this is a Microfocus DNA, right? So we have been doing this for 40 years. So we try to bring some bridges to the customers in order that they can easily continue running the systems and processes and applications that they have been sustaining the business for many years, at the same time incorporating the new technologies and evolving those systems to really deliver what the business is expecting from those applications. That is the way that we see the market, that's the way that we put the strategy around our products, that's the way we act, and that's the value that we deliver to our customers. So basically, it's a run and transform the IT, right? So we run the IT as it was running until now, and we incorporate the transformations that are required by the business with all the new technologies that are supporting and making possible that those new functionalities that the customers, that the end users are looking for. Okay? If we go to the next slide, I will be able to just summarize very briefly. I mean, for us, we see the market with 4 key needs in the area of digital transformation. So basically, speed, agility, security, insights. When I say insights, obvious is taking advantage of all the information that we generate in our business in order to put it on a way that we can use that intelligence of everything that is happening in our business, on our environment, to take better decisions and more efficient decisions and gaining competitive advantage from that information. So that is what we do with our solutions in the area of intelligence, artificial intelligence, and big data, okay, with Vertica for the product. So we have 4 different pillars in our strategy. One is enterprise DevOps, basically very, very oriented to increase the speed for developing applications in the companies, right? Developing rapidly applications that can satisfy the needs from the business, but with the right quality without losing any quality, right? For sure, that is absolutely key. Agility, I mean, if we talk about how to operate that infrastructure, we need to give to our customers the possibility that they decide where do they want to run their applications. They may run it on premise, they may run it on a public cloud, they may run it on a private cloud, and they may even decide, okay, listen, I want to try that workload in that kind of environment. Well, I'm not happy, I want to come back. So managing all that heterogeneous or hybrid IT environment in a very efficient manner and with a consistent approach to ensure that really that we are optimizing our resources and our all our kind of resources, all the resources that we have in the organization, including people, of course. Doing that in a very smart manner, that's what we try to do with our solutions in the area of hybrid IT management. Security, risk, and governance, for sure, very key. We have a big set of solutions in different areas over there. And as I said before, predictive analytics, and we are having a product called Vertica, very established in the market, but also very interesting to know for all of you is that we are integrating that intelligence in all the different pillars that I said before, all the different product groups that I mentioned before, trying to bring more intelligence to every one of those solutions that we have. Okay, we need to go to the next slide. We'll be able to see some success stories. I want to share with you some cases. Let's start with the first one. The first one is Vodafone, a very well-known company. We are helping Vodafone in 2 areas. I mean, one, in the area of hybrid IT management, they are using our solutions to do a very efficient way to manage their infrastructure and give good response to their customers. And another one in the area of the Devops, we are helping with our SaaS solutions, software as a service solutions. We are helping them to develop rapidly with the needs that the business is bringing to IT. Okay, so here are the benefits. You can see it down in the slide. User satisfaction has gone really up. We have accelerated the speed to market. Time to market is very key. They have got a good improvement with our solutions, and we have simplified the process. And at the same time, we have increased the quality of the application. If we go to the next slide, we can see another example in a different area. So Fiat-C is the second biggest mutual insurer in Spain. They were using a mainframe, a typical mainframe with a very traditional architecture of IT. They were not happy with some of the constraints of that environment, but we were able to move their applications to our platform, enterprise platform. So it's a solution that we have that gives completely the flexibility and possibility to make all those applications portable to any kind of environment. So they moved from the mainframe to distributed systems, but they can go tomorrow if they want to cloud, private or public cloud. They can go to AWS or Azure or Google with no problems without having to touch anything, because it's basically what we help them to do is to move those applications that were done in COBOL or other languages to our platform based on Micro Focus, COBOL, and other layers that I don't have time to explain that give them that possibility. So what are the values? 70% reduction on OPEX. That's a very, very special. I mean, clearly it's not our words. It's just Jorge Dinarés, who is the CIO. I mean, who was giving us that number. They have got better speed, but more important, their project was given delivery in ROI in only 2 years. And very important as well is that they have got a lot of agility in their environment. So they now can connect different kind of tools. They have good solutions for data analysis and taking the better decisions with their information, the information that they generate with their business. And next one, just there's another example, is this Dubai Electricity and Water Authority is one of the most sophisticated companies working on the electricity and water service. It is in Dubai, 900,000 customers. So they wanted to have a homogeneous set of solutions to manage all the operations infrastructure and IT infrastructure. And you know, we were selected, our solution, our side was selected to do that, and they are very satisfied. They have achieved the big benefits that are shown there. Very important, 98% risk mitigation rate, and very important as well, they reduced their alarms by 30% just by implementing those solutions. So clearly, in all those areas that I mentioned, we are helping a lot of customers, significant customers, to get that digital transformation objectives that they have. Let's move on, please. Yeah, I just want to finish by explaining why Micro Focus, well, we have that point of view that we share with you, but why we should consider the opinion from Micro Focus, why Micro Focus and not other company. If we go to the next slide, I will just say we have been in the market for more than 40 years. So we are quite known in what we are doing. We have had great growth in the last year with organic growth, but also acquisitions. We have done more than 15 acquisitions in the last 12 years. Some of them very significant. That's, for instance, the HP software portfolio that we acquired 3 years ago. And well, we have right now more than 12,000 employees, more than 90, well, in fact, 99 companies of the Fortune 100 are our customers, so customers for Micro Focus. But of course, we have more than 45,000 customers at the moment, important worldwide. $3.3 billion turnover, and well, 300 product lines. So we have a very extensive portfolio, all that portfolio oriented to the things that I mentioned to you before. Okay. So if we go to the next slide, I just would like to add basically that 2 things. So we can read here on arguments to support Micro Focus in a competitive situations, differentiators from our side. But let me tell you, we are very pragmatic. That's very important. We do innovation around our customer needs. So we are listening to our customers, and we do the innovation around our technology that can deliver immediately value to our customers. That's the way we work. Second, we are very, very used to deal with customer mission-critical applications, a mission-critical system. So we have a great support organization. We can react immediately under any kind of circumstances. So we have been in the market for a long time and always oriented to enterprises that are very demanding in their needs. So we know how to do that, and we have a track record in that sense. And if we go to the next slide, I just want to give the chance to everyone to see some of the reference. Of course, I mentioned we have more than 45,000 customers, many other numbers, but just want to select some of those customers we are proud of. And you know, I can put a lot of those slides, but just I would like just to show some, get those logos and that image on you. And in the case of Portugal, we have many very significant companies. The most significant ones, I would say, they are customers of us in one area or the other. And finally, just to give the possibility to listen what others say about us, who else better than IDC? And let's see what is the IDC opinion about Micro Focus. That is the what we found. This is from this year, so it's a quote from IDC about our company. And I think really we are very committed, very committed to help the customers, to help to every single company that wants to rely on us to do that digital transformation journey. Digital transformation is not just kind of a one project and you get it sorted out. It's a journey. Many things that need to be done, and you need to have a partner, a company with the right technology that can help you to do those steps. And we think that we are, let's say, to be that company for you. With no doubts. I mean, at least we have the willingness. We like to do it if you decide to give a chance to Micro Focus to explain our solutions and try to work with you on that digital transformation journey. That's all. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and your attention. And I wish that was productive and interesting for you. Thank you very much.